flipping sides to take a look at the White County Warriorettes. They come into tonight boasting a 31-3 record and 10-0 in one of the hardest districts in all of 3A. The Warriorettes this season average over 61 points a game while only giving up 41 and are so tough to beat at home, with the record at the Roy being 16-0. White County is ranked as the #1 team in all of 3A and the #5 team in the entire state. Like we mentioned earlier, they're coming off of a huge overtime thriller win against Livingston Academy to win the region championship 64-58, extending their winning streak out to 10 games. The Warriorettes are looking to make history tonight as they haven't made the trip to Murfreesboro since 1997 and haven't hoisted the gold ball since 1929. Not even sure basketball was the same sport back then, but man, this win would mean so much to Sparta.
Yeah, 1929, they may have still been using peach baskets. I'm not sure. I know that Mr. Greg Wilson here at the high school could tell you all about it. He wrote an article about that magical 1929 team that we still talk about here in Sparta. But you bring up that overtime game. It never looked like the Warriorettes were going to win that one until all of a sudden they started to pull away late. And then when we mentioned Keely Mullins earlier and starting to figure her role out in the offense, she figured it out quick. They need her to be able to go out there, score at will, and find the open players. Robert, she's so tall. She sees the floor so well. How important is it to have a third floor general? How many floor generals can you have?
You can never have too many floor generals, Dykes. If everybody out there is just a floor general, you're going to see some incredible ball movement. And me and you both talked about how much we just love that part of the game. But she brings a whole nother level to it. She just rises up, kind of just quarterback, throws it to anybody she needs to, and it's going to help us out big time here tonight.
It's like she never uses that left arm for anything. No. It's a one-hand shot or it's a wicked swing pass.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun to watch, and we're talking about that 10-game win streak. Obviously, she hasn't been a big part about that 10-game winning streak, but she's come on late and kept it going. Now it doesn't matter what kind of win streak you're on. You just can't lose. And I think that is sort of something not a lot of people are talking about working against the Warriorettes. They haven't lost in so long that maybe they're due. I don't know if that's going to factor into it at all, but when you look at other teams playing in the Substate games, seems like they've had a heartbreak a little bit more recently than these Warriorettes. I'm interested to see if they can keep that 10-game winning streak to a 14-game winning streak and hoist that state championship like they've set out to do all year long.
Well, you look and wonder, as close as that Livingston Academy battle was, you wonder if that was a good enough scare to really inspire this team to play some good basketball tonight. They always say on a tournament run, you got to win when you weren't supposed to. It felt like after banking in that 3 to send it in overtime, Livingston Academy had all the momentum. The Warriorettes found a way to win, and really, ever since that Smith County loss, this has looked like a completely different team. They look like they're on a mission, and they look like they're going to be tough to beat.
Well, you start at day one to now. This Warriorettes team, it goes through so many changes. Early, it was going to be the offense that was going to carry these girls. You look at that 61 points per game, that is bloated by 2 90-point efforts in the first couple of weeks. Then I feel for, as a fellow ACLer, Ashlyn Selby goes down with an ACL injury. They bump Kyra Fox up into the starting 5, and all of a sudden the scoring's down, but the defense is really stepping up in time for districts. And the Warriorettes, we gave this stat against Livingston against Franklin County in the region semifinals. They're plus 680 on the year and plus minus in terms of score differential. Their defense really turning it on, kind of a flip the script moment. A lot of very nail-bitey games that they just weren't having last year. And I think that was one of the reasons why that Heritage game was just so tough on them. They were used to winning those games and consistently winning those. To have one not go their way may have been the best thing for this year's squad, similar to that Smith County loss and similar to that loss that we saw down in Florida.
Just the Warriorettes' ability to adapt, Dykes, I believe that's what separates them from a good team to be a great team. They've, like you said, changed so much throughout this whole season, and they've just adapted to any hardships they've had.
Yeah, certainly going to be a fun matchup here tonight. The Warriorettes, like we mentioned, I feel like defense has been a much bigger focus this season. We've seen a lot of Warriorettes step up. My eye really has been on Gracie Clark. I think she has stepped up. She's been able to defend, it seems like 1 through 5 all season long, and it's huge to have a guard who can do that and be so versatile.
Well, she's had to. As soon as you lose Ashley and you lose that power forward, all of a sudden you're leaning on some people playing center minutes that you shouldn't have playing center minutes. Really stepped up, and all the defensive honors she's won have been well-deserved.
Well, we're about to get into basketball action just a few minutes away as we stand for the national anthem. We'll take a quick little break for that.
As always, we remind you that this game is being played according to the rules of the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship also by observing the rules of fair play. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing as we honor America with the presentation of colors. Members of tonight's White County High School Junior ROTC Color Guard Unit are the Red Guard, Cadet First Lieutenant Draven Martinson. The American flag is being carried by Cadet First Sergeant John Hawko. The Tennessee flag is being carried by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Casey Gear. And the left guard is Cadet Corporal Bryson Watson. Before we do our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen, this week our community lost former White County High School coach and Hall of Fame member Bobby Hay. We ask that you please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers and join us in a moment of silence for Coach Hay. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd like to ask you to join in as we all together sing our national anthem. Oh, sing that.
Welcome you back in from the national anthem. I had a beautiful rendition provided to me by Sam Dykes.
That's why the Roy's such a special place, Jack. Just little wrinkles like that. That's a Gary Allspaw special.
Yeah, I loved it. So now we're going to take you through our starters. First for Lenoir City. First up for the Lady Panthers, we have number 1, Lexi Varner. Number 3, McKenna Lawson. Number 11, Riley Bowling. Number 15, Hadasal Rittenhouse. And finally, number 21, Kara Grisham.
Gonna be honest, Jack, that roster makes no sense to me in the order that it's laid out.
Yeah, it's very random.
Not numerical
jersey
or
numbers-
alphabetical.
Starters aren't first, but we got through it. As we got to watch a fantastic
That was
video
That was awesome.
made by teacher Cameron Dronebarger.
Yeah.
Knocked that out today. So impressive.
Favorite one by far.
The best. Cole Gentry's last week was awesome, though.
Yes.
But here we go, number 3, Ava Jones, in her last game at the Roy, starting it off for the Warriorettes. Then, of course, number 5, Bella Winningham, the sharpshooter, stepping out next. She can make you pay from distance. Then number 12, Kyra Fox. I have inside information. She's been a little sick recently. Let's see if she's fought off that nasty bit of flu variation symptoms. Then number 13, we've mentioned her already, Gracie Clark. And then finally, number 14, Lakeland Grasty. These 5 girls have got them here, haven't lost a district game, won the region tournament, won the district tournaments, and obviously Lenoir City sees those 5 and says, bring it on. But I don't know if this matchup is one Lenoir City is confident in really or not, because the skill level of these Warriorettes is going to be something to monitor all night long. This is going to be probably the best game of the year so far.
Excited for this one. Not a seat open here in the Roy. They've packed it out for the Substate game. A trip to the state tournament on the line. As Jones going to win the tip into the hands of Fox. Fox gets it back in the corner. Going to dribble out to her left. Hand it off to Grasty. Grasty getting the call from Coach Dodgen. Grasty cutting to her right. Working back. She's going to hand it off back to Fox. Fox over to Winningham. Winningham going to drive. Gets stopped in her tracks by Rittenhouse. Hands it off for Clark, and Clark floats it up and in to open up the score.
That's a gorgeous finish right there, Jack. They've been settling for a lot of shots that they haven't early in the year. Clark already getting a high percentage, tough shot to fall.
Yeah, good look for the Warriorettes on the opening possession. Lady Panthers able to work through the press. They get it back to Gresham. Gresham going to set up their offense as we're a minute into the ball game. She hands it off to Varner. Varner going down low to Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse guarded by Jones. Loses the handle.
Great job from Clark to come over and assist. They definitely want to try and keep Ava out of foul trouble tonight.
As Grasty wasn't able to get a handle on it, it's going to stay with Lenoir City. Varner going to have the inbound. She triggers it in to Bowling. Bowling top of the key to Rittenhouse. Now Gresham at the left wing. She gets it back to Varner. They're trying to work down low to Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse guarded by Jones. Snatch blocked.
Ava the Eraser Jones doing Ava the Eraser Jones type things right there.
Clark now driving. And before the bucket, we're going to have a foul as Kyra Fox pushed to the floor. It'll be the first foul of the ball game against the Lady Panthers.
Inbounding right here, Fox. Interested to see what the Warriorettes half-court offense is going to look like right here in a traditional set. Gets
Jones.
it down low to Jones.
Can't get it to go. A look she would have liked to have, but an offensive rebound by Clark. Winningham trying to drive baseline. She's going to spin back around. Little shot fake, head fake, hand off to Fox. And Fox can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Lady Panthers.
They've been struggling around the rim recently, Jack. I'm interested to see if they shoot a little bit better here tonight. So far, not the case.
As Varner got it back out, trying to set something up as she's pressured by Winningham. Winningham able to poke it away and stolen by Grasty. Lakeland Grasty, the handoff to Winningham, and an easy 2 off the steal.
Defense to offense, it's a big part of the game. Roberts, how aggressive can these Warriorettes stay tonight?
As aggressive as they usually are here, Dicus. This is their home court. This is what they like to do.
Varner offensive rebound on the other end. Her shot won't go. Good looking defensive sets for the Warriorettes early as they've still allowed 0. Winningham, the head fake. Wide open lane.
Oh,
get
no,
it to fall.
That's what I was saying, right around the rim. Lots of shots that have gone in all year, just not finding their way as soon as we get to tournament time.
Lenoir City still trying to settle in here offensively. They've had a couple decent looks down low, but the Warriorettes just been able to erase everything they've tried to do here early. As Gresham, little dribble handoff, they get it to the left wing to Varner. Deep corner for Gresham. She's going to try a 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Fox. Fox trying to push the pace. Hands it off to Clark. Clark spinning back to her right.
Gets her own rebound and headed the line for 2. Offensive rebounds. Each team has had one. Not just getting the board, Sam Roberts, but being able to capitalize on those extra possessions could really buy you a couple baskets that you need late. Am I wrong?
Oh, not at all, Dicus. Rebounding is going to be a huge, huge recipe for success here tonight.
As Clark gets the shooters rolled. First free throw is going to fall.
Going to need a lot of those home team rolls here tonight, too.
Got a new crew in here tonight. Done a nice job so far. None of these guys I've seen, but from what I've heard from Coach Dodgen, a solid crew on a huge game here tonight. The Warriorettes have an early 6-0 lead, 4:50 to go.
How much longer do you stick with the press, Sam Roberts? Seems like teams are figuring out quicker and quicker each game.
I still see a little bit of weakness from Lenoir City. They're not beating it to the full ability, so I say keep going with it.
Rittenhouse, the put back 2. The 2 bigs getting to work down low, and Lenoir City finally on the board. Grasty going to back out, and Coach Dodgen once again going to bark out his play call. Clark going to get a screen at the top of the key from Jones. It's poked away and out of bounds. Good hands by Rittenhouse.
Taste of Gracie Clark's own medicine on that. She's the queen of deflections. She gets so many to go like that. It's going to be a very tough offensive matchup. Neither of these teams want to put up a lot of points. They want to keep the other team from scoring whenever possible.
Jones holding it, looking for the handoff. Gets it to Winningham. A deep 3. Can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound, though, as Grasty taking it to the cup, and she's going to draw another foul. The Warriorettes, Sam Robb, doing a fantastic job rebounding.
Oh, they are. Like we talked about before the game, they adapt so well. Losing Ashlyn Selby, their leading rebounder, they've really just adjusted to that and still do the same amount of rebounding they did before.
And they do it by committee. Ava Jones, 6'2", doesn't get that many more rebounds than Gracie Clark does on any given night. Right there's a little bit of a luck. Looked like a player slip. You got to have luck in a game like this.
Yeah, the guards just do such a nice job crashing and getting in the lanes to snag some boards. Here's the Lady Panthers back on the offensive end. They trail it by 6 as we're under halfway to go here in the first quarter. Gresham guarded by Grasty. The Warriorettes sitting in that zone. They've got the size to do
Big
it.
ball.
And Jones just getting in those passing lanes.
Looks like Lenoir City isn't really comfortable yet. Really trying to get space between them and these Warriorettes. A tall ask considering how aggressively Warriorettes defend around screens and just really don't try and let jump shots get off that they don't want getting off.
Now Gresham sidestep 3. Gets it to fall. Hit every part of the rim and then fell. Cuts the lead down to 3.
I feel like I never get those kind of shots to fall. That's why she's out there and I'm not.
Yeah, Gresham, all-tournament team player in the region tournament for Lenoir City, a fantastic ball player as she's helping her team fight back in this one. Here's Clark down low, getting active, a fancy move for 2 more for Gracie Clark.
So crafty down low, and speaking of down low, Keely Mullen set to check in, sensing they need a little bit more size in this one.
Corner 3, can't fall for the Lady Panthers. They get an offensive rebound. Seems like offensive boards have been the key in this one so far. As Grasty going to get whistled for the block.
That's one of those ones that just hurts. You know, you don't mean to trip up the offensive player right there, but it's just part of basketball.
And you feel like you get away with it for just a second, and then they whistle, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you saw it.
I'll never forget the first time a trip foul was called on me.
Lady Panthers set to inbound. They trigger it into Rittenhouse, and Rittenhouse going to get it back to Bowling. As Bowling's got great size, runs point a lot of the time for the Lady Panthers, just a very versatile player for them.
Absolutely. Somebody at that size with that kind of skill set is lethal, just like that mid-ranger right there.
Yeah, stepping back and letting it fly. A good-looking bucket for the Lady Panthers.
Right now, Lenoir City doing it with the jump shot. Warriorettes trying to use free throws and layups to get their offense going. Let's see which strategy works out in the long run.
Keely Mullins now in the game, coming off of her career high on the Warriorettes, a 21-piece in the region tournament, looking to impact tonight's game. Jones driving to the basket, left it too high. Clark
Over the back.
gonna get whistled for the over the back, a pretty clear call right there.
Sam Roberts adding Keely Mullins to Jones, Grassley, Winningham, and Clark. This starting five, Coach Dodgen envisioned at the start of the year. What does this group really bring to the table?
Like we talked about before, Dyke, it's just size. Look at that down-low presence. 2 6 foot and 6'2". I mean, who wants to drive in on that?
So here's Gresham back with the ball. She's gonna get a trap from White County. It's a 3-point game. Lenoir City done a nice job to fight back in it after they trailed by 8. And that pass gonna be thrown away, just an unforced error by the Lady Panthers.
And hate to keep harkening back to that Livingston and Upperman game, but there was something that we saw a lot of there. Trying to go down to the big Harold, just couldn't get it to go. In games like this, there's a level of precision that you have to have. Just kind of floating it up there and trying to see if it'll go just never seems to really work. Got to be very intentional with your passes here tonight.
And in a game like this, as Clark, a nice left-handed layup to bring that lead back out to 5. In games like this, you can't afford to make those little mistakes, especially against a team as good as White County.
Especially not with a duo of Clark and Jones magnitude. Their give and go is a huge offensive weapon.
Rittenhouse gonna get it back to Gresham, left wing. Those two run a lot of pick and roll in this offense. As now Rittenhouse gonna work down low, pass batted away, but back into the hands of Gresham. An unfortunate fall for the Warriorettes.
Those are the hustle plays I was talking about earlier, Jack.
And Ava Jones gonna get whistled for reaching over the top. That's where she'll draw the most of her fouls in a ball game. She'll go to stay straight up, start to lean over, and the officials get her a lot of times.
And it's the penalty of being big, just being taller than everybody else. There's so many fouls that naturally occur with that type of advantage. Free throw down.
And when you're getting hit center mass, it's very easy for those arms to just drop down naturally. Nothing you can really do about that besides just focus on it.
And an offensive player, that's what you're trying to do. Lead yourself into the body of the defender and try to draw that foul. We've seen players get better than they've ever been at drawing fouls these days. Is Grassley gonna bring the ball down for White County? Gets it into the flashing Jones. Jones hands it off to Mullins. Gotta guard Mullins that deep. She knocked down a lot of big threes. As that one won't fall. Here comes Gresham on the other end. Gets it up to Varner. Pass a little long. She's going to have to back it out.
That's the intentionality of these passes. A better pass right there. That's a fast break layup. That's a 1-point game. Now you give a chance for this Warriorettes, just aggressive hounding defense to settle in and guard you in a half-court setting.
That pass accuracy so important on the fast breaks. Instead, Lenoir City going to try one right here as Jones erases that one. Throws the ball away, so Lenoir City going to get another look at it before the buzzer. Gresham.
I thought Ava Jones just wanted 2 blocks on one play right there, Jack.
As that's going to do it for the first quarter. Yeah, like you said, Jones able to get in there and impact that second shot as well.
That second block attempt had me scared, though. I thought she was going to run right over her. Did not need that foul that early.
Yeah, came in there with some fury. So after one, White County leads it 12-9, as we'd like to take this time to thank one of our sponsors, Fire and Vine. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor. So right now, just a 3-point game. We looked at Lenoir City's schedule. Very confusing. They've lost a lot of games. A team that's made it this far, you would think, wouldn't have lost, but they've also hung in there with a lot of great teams. Right now, they're hanging in there with the Warriorettes.
Well, basketball is such a random sport. Like, it really is. I think baseball is one of those sports that anybody can win on any other day, and the other one's basketball. Football, talent's just going to overcome everything else. In basketball, somebody's shots aren't hitting, or if somebody's just going out and making the hustle plays, they got more grit, more determination, they'll win some games that they shouldn't win. The phrase talent, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard applies so heavily to basketball. A lot of talent out there right now. Let's see who's going to work the hardest to go to the glass house.
It's really any given night in a high school basketball playoff game, as Grassy nearly able to come up with the steal, Bowling able to get it back, and Gresham going to restart back up top. The Warriorettes been in a lot of these passing lanes, haven't been able to corral a lot of them, but you like the way they're affecting these passes.
No, and that's just at law of averages. You're bound to get one. Just got to keep getting your hands in there and just disrupting, as Kyra Fox is mismanaged down low right now, but held her own.
Yeah, Rittenhouse going up on the double team as Fox going to rip away for a jump ball, and it'll be White County basketball. Warriorettes swarmed Rittenhouse when she got it down low. She never looked to kick out, and it's a turnover.
Being able to do that, have 3 defenders on you, and Warriorettes not foul right there. That is incredible defense.
Well, Fox to take it one-on-one, and then everybody else had the recognition to know she shouldn't be doing that. Just a lot of basketball IQ on that play.
Jones going one-on-one. Good-looking move. She catches 2 hands to the back, and she'll find her way back at the free throw line.
Well, you know, people say you need to practice your free throw shooting, get up about 100 shots per day. I feel like Ava Jones gets about 100 free throws up a game. She gets that line so much, using her physicality to her advantage and getting other bigs in foul trouble. You see Rittenhouse leave right now.
Yeah, Haddasaw Rittenhouse, the Bryan College commit for Lenoir City, already picking up 2 personals, so she's going to have to step out. You're going to miss that presence down low when you're trying to contest Ava Jones.
Not only Ava Jones, but that double big lineup we were talking about. Now you've also got Keely Mullins out there, an embarrassment of riches for the Warriorettes right now.
Gracie Clark able to stay straight up and get a blocked shot. It's going to stay with the Lady Panthers as they drive in, nearly able to
had
convert.
the one.
As Lawson took it to the rack, and now McKenna Lawson going to shoot 2 free throws.
Well, there's Jones second. I'm sure she's about to check out. A lot of props I can give Lawson on that move. A gorgeous veteran play to get Jones up in the air and draw the foul and get her out of this game.
And that's really what you have to do if you're the Lady Panthers. You have to get their best players out into foul trouble so you can really take advantage. Ava Jones been playing some phenomenal basketball. Warriorettes certainly going to miss her presence. As Clark kicks out, Mullins going to try a deep 3, and she buries it. She knocked down a lot of big ones in the region championship. She knocks one down here in the second quarter.
That was a deep True North 3-pointer. You'd love to see the home team crowd get behind her there. It's been a contentious season for her. I know she's just glad to get back to play basketball.
As now Lawson taking it to the cup. She flips it up and in. A big move by Lawson, and she's done a nice job getting Lenoir City in the scoring position.
Taking
Mullins
another.
trying one from the volleyball line. She's been feeling herself from that 3-point line. You don't hate the shot the way she's been shooting. Now Bowling going to try a 3 of her own, and there's a fight for it down low to be a jump ball. Alternating possession arrow favors Lenoir City.
And really, those 50-50 balls, you can do a lot to make them non-50-50 balls. A good box out can go a long way in retaining an extra possession later in this ball game. Definitely, I mean, those are the small things you don't think about in game time, but they're things that will make a world of difference late in these type of ball games.
Lady Panthers with it at the right wing. They flip it up to Lawson. Lawson guarded by Winningham, goes off of Winningham's foot. And just another errant pass by Lenoir City that they'll keep possession on. They've really been fortunate here in the first half.
Especially with how turnover prone this Warriorettes defense makes other teams' offenses. Got to be honest, though, Lenoir City didn't get here for no reason. They're obviously a very high-powered and efficient offense. Showing you right there, that was a gorgeous shot.
Yes, certainly. Gresham able to get that one to go over the defender, rattled through, lead all the way down to 3 for White County. Grasty hands it off to Fox. Now Mullins, the handoff to Winningham. Winningham caught a little contact, no whistle. Here comes the Lady Panthers. Varner trying to take it herself, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound as she flips up an errant shot, and it's going to stay with Lenoir City. Looked like that one went off her own hand.
Well, I'm sure that's what everybody in the maroon and gray would have told you. There was a symphony of what's across the Roy here.
What's, boos, howls, everything.
Yeah, we've got a packed out crowd here at the Roy. Like we mentioned pregame, not a seat open as Bowling not able to get the wide open look to fall. Deep three from Winningham won't go. Warriorettes in a little bit of an offensive dry spell. Had a few decent looks, just can't get the shots to go as Bowling on the other end can't get it to go either. It's been a nice defensive effort from both sides.
Even with Jones out of there, everybody contesting shots and making easy shots looking a lot harder than they actually are.
Fox trying to get one to go through. A nice contest by the Lady Panthers. And another empty trip for White County.
What do you think about this pace of play that both teams are playing at, Sam Robb?
I love it, Dykus. This just fast pace. I'm bringing everything I got every time. It is so enjoyable to watch here.
Yeah, these two teams playing quickly. The offense hasn't come yet. Have to imagine they're going to settle in as Lenoir City going to burn a timeout here at the 4:03 mark in the first half. We're going to take this time to thank another sponsor, Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559.
And while we're talking about game sponsors, I want to thank our scoreboard sponsor, White County Farm Bureau. They were recently voted Best of the Best for both Best Insurance Company and Best Customer Service Rep. They're there when you need them the most. Stop by and get a quote today at 141 Churchill Drive. Give them a call at 931-836-3171.
Williams inbounding for the Lady Panthers, gets it into Gresham. As Gresham going to ask for the clear out, and she hands it off to Lawson. Lawson looking for a cutter. She's going to try to take it herself. Well defended by Winningham. Gets Winningham in the air. Can't get the shot to go. Another offensive look. Warriorettes staying straight up, but finally a foul called against Grasty. Rebounding been an issue here in the second quarter.
It has, Jack, and that's, you say they go at it by committee, and right now the committee is failing. Rebounds have kind of plagued this team at times throughout the year. Free throw will be good. Sam Roberts, we talk ad nauseum about the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. What do you think is going to define the next 3 minutes and 46 seconds on the Ryan Claus Farm Bureau score report?
Ooh, Dykus, I don't see this game getting too far out of reach from any sides. Warriorettes really need to be up. You got to have that confidence boost going into that halftime speech. That's always a big key to my game.
We've got a final score from the Livingston Academy Heritage matchup. Heritage knocking off the Lady Wildcats 71-56, so that'll bring an end to Livingston's season.
And a great season it was. They were a tough matchup for the Warriorettes night in and night out.
Grasty can't get the floater to fall. Sam Robb, what do the Warriorettes need to do to settle in here offensively?
They're just going to have to find some comfortable shots. Lakeland, she's known for hitting that, but she's just kind of rushed it right there. Is kind of anticipating the foul is what I was kind of expecting. That's why she rushed that one.
Lenoir City had a 3 look on this same possession. Missed it, got the rebound back. Been a really great offensive rebounding team here. They've got good size 1 through 5, and they've shown it.
I feel like the Warriorettes they're such a good team at hitting tough shots that they bank on it too often in the middle of these games. Great defense from Clark. They start dribbling down and taking shots that they shouldn't take instead of spreading the ball around. Case in point, out of bounds heading Lenoir City's way.
Yeah, Clark just trying to throw up an acrobatic shot. I think her back was to the backboard when she flipped that one up and then came in straight from out of bounds. So it'll be Lenoir City basketball. The Warriorettes really on an offensive dry spell. They haven't scored in a while.
From somebody that shot that same shot a lot of times, if that would have went in, I'd have went crazy. That is an incredibly hard shot to shoot, running full sprint down a basketball gym.
It's one of those, if it falls, it's a great look. If it misses, no
Why'd
one's
you
happy.
ever shoot that?
No one's happy. Bowling back with the ball, top of the key. As they get it to the left wing and flip it back over to Gresham. This offense really worked through Kara Gresham. She's knocked down some tough shots as well to keep the Lady Panthers in this one. Varner. Get it back up.
I like Gresham's game. I like the lefty. I like everything about it. She's one of those scrappy guards that can get you a bucket whenever you need it the most.
Yeah, is Gresham going to drive? Hand it off to Varner. Varner fakes the step back, now taking it one-on-one. Can't get the bucket to go. A good-looking move, though.
Oh, down goes Billings. Glad to see her get back up. Just got tripped up with a Lenoir City player's footing.
As now it's back up top to Kyra Fox. Fox going to slow things up, try to end this offensive dry spell for the Warriorettes. Clark, good-looking crossover, flips it up and in. Can't get it to go.
Out of bounds, staying with the Warriorettes. And Coach Dodgen irate after that last one. 1 minute 15 to go into the end of this first half. Talk about a dry spell. The flip side is the Warriorettes defense has done their part. They just, if they want to win this game and head to the glass house like they say they do, need to hit some tough shots.
Winningham gonna try the three, and she buries it. The Warriorettes needed that one.
Well, that True North three-pointer going for Winningham. That's her sweet spot right there. That's where she likes to shoot it. And this crowd erupts every time she has one go down. And rarely is it not a big shot.
Sparta fans were looking for a made bucket. They got it on the long ball. Here's Varner on the other end, and she's gonna travel. Here comes White County really bringing the energy, trying to make a run heading into halftime.
With 47 seconds left, Sam Roberts, it's 19-15 on the Run Close Farm Bureau score report. How big can this lead get or diminish over 47 seconds?
Just depends on what shots the Warriorettes want to take. If they want to take open, non-contested shots, not too far, but if they want to take some risky ones, they can really push this lead.
Grasty gonna walk it down. We'll see if the Warriorettes hold for the last shot, if they're gonna push the pace. Mullins hands it back off to Grasty. Now Mullins top of the key, fakes the three. Long Euro floater, can't get it to go. As Clark tried to bat it off of a Lady Panthers leg, but just stepped out of bounds. It'll be back into the hands of the Lady Panthers with 27.7 seconds on the clock.
Well, those are the plays you have to win a game like this. I know it didn't go Clark's way, but for somebody to play such heavy minutes, giving their all on a loose ball up 4 points with 20 seconds to go in the first half, that's winning basketball, even if it doesn't go your way every single time.
Hey, you get a break at halftime. Not now.
Winningham with the steal, gets the layup to fall. It nearly snuck out on her. 5 seconds left here. Gonna pull a deep three.
Almost.
Can't get it to go. What a run by the Warriorettes to cap off the first half as they lead at 21-15 heading into halftime.
That's huge. A 6-point lead going into halftime against such a tough team. That is going to be such a great confidence boost starting off that third quarter.
Well, not just for the Warriorettes, but for the crowd to have a breakaway steal attempt right there from Bella Winningham go down. Everybody gets into it. And now let's see if somebody doesn't have the opportunity to win themselves a lot of money with this Sparta Rico putt for dough competition. I'm hoping Sam Robb gets a shot at it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get out there.
I'm excited for this one. I saw a clip from about a month ago when somebody nailed it to win some big time money.
Donald Mackey.
We're gonna see.
I thought they were announcing the names, but they were just talking about a white pickup truck out in the parking lot. So.
Well, I was surprised they were going ticket number right there. I guess it was license plate. That's why.
I thought they were going ticket number 2. I was like, this is going to take a while. As now I believe Principal Greg Wilson going to announce it for us.
Does he have to see the sign to remember? Yep, there we go.
Oh, no.
We've got White County.
I think their money's safe with AJ up
Yeah. Oh, man, now I hope he doesn't make it because we're going to look like not the smartest people.
Yeah, White County football player A.J. Hunt out on the floor, had a phenomenal football career. Now trying to earn himself some money with the putter.
Oh, no.
Wearing a stolen White County basketball jersey. He does not own that. Let's see, for a grand.
If this goes in, this headset's coming off. I'm going down
Storm
there.
in the court. Why would you cheer before a putt like that? Whoa.
Takes a big old practice swing. Now we'll see if he can get it to fall.
I hope it ends up short. I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh,
This
God.
no.
Wide left.
Not the shot, Valentine.
You can tell right off the blade that one going to miss wide left. Put a little too much on it as well.
Nate Griffin.
Oh.
We've got all kinds of Sparta athletes going to come out here and try it. Nate Griffin, the next one, had a nice career.
Oh, here he is. Why not Sam Robb?
Have you ever seen him swing a golf club, Sam Roberts?
No, I have not. I never thought I would, but I mean, you see and learn new things every day, I guess. I wonder what kind of golf ball they're using. You know, if it's not like a Titleist Pro V1,
Yeah, TP5. You gotta give him something good.
That doesn't
Oh.
look terrible.
It's just
Got
slow.
a decent line.
Oh, come on. Come on.
It's making its way.
Go ball! Go ball!
Oh,
goodness.
no way. What a
Right.
shot.
Right off the side. Had great pace. Thought it had a good line. Nate Griffin just inches away from winning $1,000.
Let's see if he makes the adjustment.
Oh,
A
no.
shank.
Oh,
A shank. Watch out, Bryson Anderson on camera. That's headed for you.
He used all of his luck on the first shot for
Yeah.
sure.
The
there.
first one looked like he's been here before.
Yeah.
The second one.
It was nice, calm, slow, right up the middle. That second one, I don't even.
White County High School freshman baseball player Colt Norris about to try a putt. Or not.
The wrong Roberts, but.
As
Here comes somebody.
Oh, he golfs.
Does he?
I seen him at Southern Hills at the driving range. I believe he's on our golf team.
well, that means more pressure on this stroke because if it's not a good-looking one,
I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
he makes the cut next year.
yeah.
Yeah, I just put a lot of pressure on this kid right here. All of Sparta knows he's on the golf team. If this doesn't at least hit this sign.
he's in trouble.
I don't know. He seems like a big driver. I don't know about his short game.
I wouldn't even say this is a short game. I've never been on a 94-foot green. This is a.
Yeah. Not too often you're putting across a basketball court. Something has to go really south. It looks good. It's got a nice line.
Now,
A little
Wide
It's
right.
coming right.
wide
Ah.
right.
He's got a little slice. A little slice on that putt right there.
So no one able to win $1,000. Best attempt, certainly by Nate Griffin, just barely missed.
Wow. I'm telling you, they drew my name out and they just kind of threw it back in there.
They saw you had a mic on and didn't want to bother you.
Whoa. Oh, that's that guy from TikTok.
As we are at the halftime break. Again, White County leads it 21-15 over Lenoir City. Looking back at the first half, though, both Sams, the Warriorettes only had a 1-point lead with about a little over a minute to go. They finished with a 6-point lead heading into halftime, had a really nice run there. How much does that mean heading into this second half?
It means simultaneously a lot and nothing, because leads evaporate in the blink of an eye. 6 points is not safe in any realm. If it was the Warriorettes and they were only down 6 points right now, I wouldn't be breaking a sweat. And I know Lenoir City fans have to be in the same mindset. So what? It's going to make it more fun to watch in the second half. But on the flip side, being able to pour on 5 points in the blink of an eye like that, maybe this Warriorettes offense has broken it out of a cold spell, or maybe Lenoir City's offense just needed a break to compose themselves, get used to the crowd here at halftime. There's so many different storylines, so many different ways this could go. It's hard for the first half to tell any kind of story, but if I had to tell one, it would be this is a lot like that Upperman game. Buckets are going to be hard to come by, but when they hit a tough shot or hit a big shot, it's going to mean twice as much as it would in an offensive showing in other Warriorettes-type basketball games.
Yeah, Samra, Warriorettes average 61 points a game right now. They've got 21 at halftime. What adjustments would you like to see from White County heading into the second half?
Man, they just got to find a way to get more open shots. I've talked about it all season. Three-pointers are just such a tremendous part of their game. They have to have them just to space the floor out and get interior shots as well. Whenever the Warriorettes are not hitting their three balls as much as they need to, it tends to be a closer game like this.
Yeah, certainly. It looked like White County had a lot of missed shots, a lot of errant takes as well, some shots you wouldn't like to see them force. You'd like to set up and run that offense. You've seen this team a lot. What do you think they need to change, Dykes?
What do I think they need to change? More ball movement. They usually start off and end the game with tremendous ball movement, but right there in that last 4 minutes of the first half and first 4 minutes of the second half, that's where they have to kind of rein themselves back in, where this is not a team that's got one dominant, I'm going to go out here and get 20 points every night kind of score. No Ellie Butler of Livingston, where there's no doubt in my mind this is who's going to take that shot to send it into overtime. It's a lot more by committee, and the committee isn't getting the ball as much as it needs to. I definitely want to see a little bit more ball movement, and if I'm Lenoir City, you got to get more shots up. They are turning the ball over too much, and they are driving in when they've got no business driving in way too much. Ava Jones sent 3 or 4 shots right back at them and then just caught one. Not just her. Kyra Fox has some blocks. Keely Mullins, Gracie Clark, they are sending shots away. I think Lenoir City really needs to lean into that 3 ball and try and get more space behind the arc.
Like we talked about with the Warriorettes before, what separates them from just a good team to be a great team is being able to adapt. And if Lenoir City is able to just kind of stop a few feet short, float one off the glass, that's going to tremendously change this ball game here tonight, because they have missed probably about 6 shots under the rim, I'd like to say, at least. And that would just change this whole outcome of the game.
Lady Panthers, one thing they've done really nice, they've continued to rebound well. It's extended a lot of their possessions. They've had a lot of second chance looks, something the Warriorettes can certainly improve on. They gave up a lot of offensive boards.
Absolutely. That's what they've been excelling at in that extra column, things that you don't really just pop out to you on a stat sheet. Warriorettes been doing that at the free throw line. They've been shooting really well from the charity stripe. Lenoir City needs more free throws to go down, and the Warriorettes need more rebounds. That's definitely something that I know both coaches have to be talking about. Lenoir City's had a couple of empty trips to the charity stripe, and you just can't have that. Speaking back to that Heritage game you and I called, Warriorettes, they didn't lose on that last shot. They lost on every shot they missed from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. And also, they lost by not having Celeste Reed or Ava Jones out there for a lot of the game in foul trouble. Ava Jones and Rittenhouse both in foul trouble now. Definitely need to play a little bit more conservative in the second half if they want to stay out there and really impact the game as they should.
Lenoir City's just going to really have to focus in on this man-on-man defense. It's just kind of sloppy. They're ball watching. You know, Warriorettes are getting a lot of backdoor screens that are opening up open looks down low and easy second chance opportunities. So Lenoir City, if they're going to run this man-on-man, they need to focus on their person and not the ball.
So we have a halftime score coming in. Clark Range and Van Buren all tied up at 32 at halftime. So that one sounding like a fun one as That score brought to us by my uncle, Casey Bolden. Appreciate the text.
Well, we got a couple of mountain boys up here. Your family's from Van Buren, and Sam Roberts is just pretty much Mr. Van Buren at this point.
Yeah, this
true.
this headset is actually from the Spencer media team, so shout out to them. Shout out to my girlfriend for getting that today. Thank you so much, Aspen.
So entering into the second half, 1 half away from a trip to the glass house. Ava Jones fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. The Warriorettes lead it by 6.
There it is again, trying to win this game at the free throw line and getting fouls on the star bigs. That'll be the third on Rittenhouse, I'm pretty sure, and Ava Jones headed back to the line right here. That's a winning formula for these Warriorettes, even if they weren't passing the ball around, like I said right there, and just funneling the offense through Jones. Even though she missed the first, that third personal on Rittenhouse is huge.
Yeah, definitely looking to take her out of the game early, as she's going to have to check out. In comes Williams, checking in for Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse, a Bryan College commit, going to play at the next level, but saddled with 3 fouls. Gresham bringing the ball down for Lenoir City. She's going to get a screen at the top of the key, trying to back down Grasty. Little head fake, kick out. Williams can't get the shot to go, and Clark with the rebound, but loses it off of her foot. And now a jump ball. It'll stay with the Lady Panthers. Little extracurricular after the play.
Well, somebody whose opinion I value a whole lot, Gage Stevenson, was calling for a tech. I don't think it quite warranted that. But, I mean, in the blink of an eye, a technical foul could really change the outcome of this game. Seems like every time White County's played Upperman, a technical foul against Upperman has been the changing factor. I think if I'm in a striped shirt, I don't go there unless I absolutely have to in a game of this magnitude.
Yeah, definitely. Don't want to have to affect the game unless the players really force you to.
But that already shows that the Warriorettes are winning half the battle. I mean, they're in this Lenoir City's head, just there chipping in their ear all night.
Lawson's pass stolen away. Here comes the Warriorettes. Clark has got the baseline, trying to drive, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, and flips it up and in.
A little bit of stat padding right there, Clark. I'm sure she missed that just to get the rebound, but that first step is so explosive. She can get by so many defenders just with a simple drive that it opens up that step-through move and everything else she has in our arsenal. A deep bag of trips from Clark, but that first step is the key cog in all of them.
Varner going to swing it over to Williams as she tries the three, can't get it to go. Lenoir City still searching for their first points of the second half as we're approaching 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
I know she didn't hit that, but that's the best looking offensive possession they've had in a while. Jones for three, no.
And again, Clark flying in there for the rebound, not able to corral it. Here's Lawson on the other end. She's going to spin out and hand it off to Varner, and a clear travel. Varner just shuffling her feet at the top of the key.
And that's something in an atmosphere like that, you would never do that in a million years unless there was significant crowd pressure and game pressure, as all of a sudden you're down 24-15 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report.
Yeah, Lenoir City having to burn a timeout as the Warriorettes have opened up the second half on a 3-0 run here in the first 2 minutes. I'd like to take this time to thank Watson Chevy. Watson Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Warriorettes going to have the inbound off of the travel from Lenoir City. The Lady Panthers trying to settle in here in the second half. They really look rattled since that about 1 minute mark in the second quarter.
And Sam Roberts and I talk about it all the time. That last 4 minutes, just one little play right there can really influence your momentum and your attitude regarding the second half. Jones just went to work.
She just had a mismatch. She got a nice feed in there down low, able to go over the top, and here comes the Roy. The fans coming alive, getting to their feet as White County's got a double-digit lead.
Lenoir City needs to find something quick. This ball game's starting to slip right from their fingertips.
You got to try to silence the crowd here if you're the Lady Panthers. They go down low with Williams. Kick back out to Bowling.
Need more off-ball movement from the Lady Panthers right here. A back cut. Maybe try and get Jones out of the game with her third personal. Something. Just not getting the ball in an open player's hands isn't going to do it.
Bowling trying to drive on Clark. Can't get it to go. Jones with the rebound. Warriorettes trying to put this one away early. They've got a double-digit lead. Here's Winningham from deep. Rattles in and out, and this gym would have erupted if that one fell.
Winning play right there from number 11 to get that one back in the field of play. Got to hit that shot.
And it seems like just when Lenoir City has a window open to climb back in it, they can't get the shots to fall. In a game this big, somebody's going to have to step up and knock down the big shots.
Absolutely, and it's going to be tough to do that in this atmosphere, especially with a coach that's got a flair for the dramatic and a feel for moments like this, and Coach Dodge, and really getting the crowd into it right there, right when Lenoir City needed a bucket the most.
Ava Jones going coast to coast, going to draw another foul down low, just so tough to contest. She gets back to the free throw line. Both sides struggled a little bit at the stripe, still looking to settle in here in the third quarter.
I think that's a good timeout from Lenoir City, but this one's going to have to stick. Just throwing timeouts at the problem isn't going to give you a solution.
Sam Robb, you've shot a lot of free throws throughout your basketball career. Both teams kind of struggling a little bit at the stripe. How do you settle in a game of this magnitude?
Don't put too much thought into it. Keep your free throw routine very short. That's one thing I've always been big on. I get the ball, one dribble, shot straight up. You know, some people are like, I like to get a break. Don't give the opponents a break. I like to amp that momentum up, keep them going, keep them out of breath. You know, that's the biggest thing, is not about how comfortable you are. You want to make your opponent very uncomfortable.
Well, the Warriorettes have to be pretty comfortable. You're talking about both teams struggling. This is the Warriorettes' home floor, where that region tournament at Cookville High School, nobody knew the rims, nobody knew the dead spots in the floor. This is where every one of these girls have been practicing free throw shooting for so long. It's just another small advantage they have over Lenoir City. And Lenoir City is really going to have to go out there and take it away from the Warriorettes in this second half, because the Warriorettes have shown you they're not just going to give it away.
Yes, certainly the Warriorettes looking to do something they haven't done in 28 years. Make a trip to Murfreesboro. Haven't won it in nearly 100. As I'm pretty sure they were playing with weighted balls back then and throwing it into knitted baskets. Jones able to get the first free throw to fall. And the second one rattles home. The lead now out to 13 for White County. Gresham gonna walk it down court. Lenoir City needs points here as we near the halfway mark here in the third quarter. White County really starting to extend on this lead.
Well, the Warriorettes had a dominant defense and a slow-moving offense. Now they have an offense that's puttering out some points and that same dominant defense. That is a deadly combination for Lenoir City.
Gresham spot up two, won't go. A long rebound falls into the hands of Bowling. Gresham gonna get another look at it. Can't get that one to go. Rittenhouse down low, her shot misses. Jones corrals it. You can't miss that many times if you have 3 looks at it.
Rebounds mean nothing without the second chance shots falling. Those are the kind of possessions you're gonna want back later, especially with a foul that far away from the basket on the defensive end.
Bowling picking up the foul on the other end as she pushed Fox to the floor. 3 team fouls, against Lenoir City to White County's 0 at this point in the third quarter. Jones trying to go back to work, fading to her left, can't get it to go. Winningham, no, Jones with the board. She's gonna get it back again.
And one.
Count the bucket. She's heading back to the line. Ava Jones had a phenomenal night.
Well, that shows you just the difference between how things are going for White County and Lenoir City. Lenoir City had the same thing, 3 offensive rebounds, came up empty. Ava Jones stuck with it, got the shot off, and now has a 3-point play opportunity that she will cash in on.
White County has just simply put been the better team here in the second half. They've really flipped that rebounding script. They've been able to extend possessions and capitalize on it. They're staring at a 16-point lead. We're under halfway to go here in the third quarter. Bowling back at the wing, trying to drive on Clark, swatted by Jones, but she's going to pick up her third personal. Jones came flying in, looking for the highlight play.
They got that on Clark.
They're going to whistle it for Clark. That makes a lot more sense because Jones came in there, erased that one. I thought she got all ball. Makes more sense that the foul's going to go on Gracie Clark.
That's got to be a good feeling if you're Jones, having a highlight reel block like that, and you don't get a foul for it. Even though the other team's shooting free throws, at least you're like, okay, at least there's a 1 in front of that 3. I don't have my third personal.
And you make them earn the 2 points. They're only able to go 1 for 2 at the line. So now the lead down. Excuse me, they go.
They hit them both. But that's their only points of the second half so far.
Floater for Clark won't fall, rebounded by Lawson. Lawson trying to push the pace a little bit. Her club in desperate need of a bucket, like you mentioned, picking up their first 2 points at the line.
Oh, nearly backcourt. Everybody maroon and gray saw it that way. The Lenoir City fans not so much.
And Gresham gonna take too many steps. Eventually she turns it over anyways, so no harm, no foul. The Warriorettes steal the ball right back.
This is a total different game from that first half. Warriorettes just going out and outworking, out-hustling, and outperforming Lenoir City at the moment. Even though it's not pretty, staying with the possession right there, and Clark going up and hitting that basket there.
More second chance points for the Warriorettes. Clark doing such a nice job extending these possessions. The Warriorettes getting the crowd involved. It's a packed out gym, not a seat open in sight. And that's really what you have to do. The Roy is such a special place. You got to get the crowd going, and they have here the second half.
There's a certain someone in the crowd to my right with the sign saying number 13, Lee's favorite sister, favorite player. She got the block right there, passes it up ahead. Oh, my.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Timeout. Got to take a timeout.
The Warriorettes, the ball rolls right into their hands. They flip it up for 2. Everything going White County's way. Look at this crowd come to life.
I was here at Austin East Jack. This is a special atmosphere, just like that game was.
Varner gets her shot erased. Clark throws it back to the Lady Panthers. Really feels like you gotta have points right here.
90 seconds to go until the fourth quarter starts, until somebody's season is over, until somebody goes to the glass house. Yeah, you need points.
Lawson kick out to Bowling. She tries the 3. Off the back iron, rebounded by Jones. Jones shuffles it over to Fox. Fox up to Winningham. Winningham back out to Jones. The Warriors gonna set up. As they find Grassi on an open cut, she's left wide open, and that's just too easy. The lead now 20 for White County.
This seems like that Franklin County game. Let me know if I'm wrong, Sam Roberts. At some point, it's going to feel like Lenoir City's just going to have to start jacking up 3s.
Yeah, Dykes. When you get to a certain deficit, it's almost just like prayers. Every shot you're shooting is just a prayer to go in, and they're about to get to that deficit if they don't start scoring quick.
Bowling hands it off to Gresham. Lenoir City needs points if they want hope at keeping their season alive as we near the fourth quarter. Varner trying to drive on Fox. A nice move, but she travels.
A little too nice, Jack.
Took an extra step. Lenoir City picked up all kinds of violations here tonight. They've really struggled in this atmosphere.
Absolutely. Somebody that's made it all the way to Substate round, only having 17 points with 24 seconds to go until the fourth quarter. That's a testament to this Warriorettes defense, but also just kind of walking on eggshells. This Lenoir City offense not able to get anything going.
Yeah, how about this White County defense giving up 2 points here in the entire third quarter while they have laid it on the Lady Panthers. Winningham trying to put the cherry on top of this quarter. She drives, tries to kick out, and a foul on the floor. That'll send Bella Winningham to the line to shoot 2 as White County now in the bonus. As Rittenhouse going to foul out of the ball game here in the third quarter. If a 20-point lead isn't enough, that's going to help a little more. in favor of the Warriorettes as one of the better players on this Lenoir City squad now done for the night.
Well, I hate that for it was the same thing for Celeste Reed last year. Fouled out on the first play of the fourth quarter in a much closer game. Obviously a great player, a great career for her. Hate to see it end like that for her.
Yeah, Lenoir City going to really have to put together a fantastic fourth quarter if they want to keep their season alive and not play their last ball game this season. Winningham able to go 1 for 2 at the line. Now 5 seconds left. Gresham cutting back to her left, driving on Jones, tries to flip something up. Jones blocks it away, and an exclamation point to the end of a fantastic third quarter as Lenoir City's coach irate. She's going to have to be careful to not pick up the foul, but what a quarter for these Warriorettes.
Absolutely. I don't think you can be mad at that official. I think you got to be mad at Gresham for charging in on the eraser. I could have told you how that one was going to end.
Yeah, it's been that same type of finish all game long for Lenoir City. If you drive on Ava Jones, you better bring it all, because if not, she's going to take away your shot.
You better duck. All I'm going to say right now, going to thank another one of our sponsors, True North Real Estate and Auction Services. Whether you're buying or selling, they're always pointing you in the right direction. Over at 372 North Spring Street in Sparta, you can call them at 931-837-7355. Thank you to Landon Dickerson and True North Real Estate, our 3-point sponsor for tonight and for the whole season here at Warrior Media, for partnering with us and doing a great job in the real estate and auction game.
Yeah, we'd also like to take this time to thank Tee Up. Tee Up in Baxter is your hometown state-of-the-art indoor golfing experience with the latest technology. You can work on your swing or enjoy a round on world-famous courses, all in their climate-controlled building. Visit Tee Up in Baxter today. Well, we're 1 quarter away. If the Warriorettes can hold on, they're going to do something they haven't done in 28 years. Make a trip up to Murfreesboro, playing in the Glass House. You know Sparta wants it. Can the Warriorettes hold on?
I think so. I think Lenoir City's best bet is to try and get this team to overtime. I don't think they can erase a 21-point deficit and take a lead all in only 8 minutes.
Clark trying to drive, circles back around, flips it up and in. What a move by the veteran Gracie Clark. She's had a fantastic night and an even better second half.
Absolutely. She's just so crafty with those moves. And at some point, the moves can't do it for you. You got to have the ability to finish right around the rim with people in your grill. And she does it at the highest clip of anybody I've seen this year.
Back up top to Lawson. Lawson guarded by Winningham. This man-to-man defense has swarmed Lenoir City all throughout this game. They got a clean look here, though. Had to have that one. You got to really have points on every possession the way White County's playing.
Not only that, but you got to engineer some stops. Not only stops, but turnovers.
Winningham can't get the 3 to go. Here comes Gresham on the fast break, cutting back to her right, spinning back on Grasty. Can't get the shot to fall. Grasty going to get the rebound as Gresham whistled for the foul as she tried to steal it back.
Good effort, but that looked too much like a frustration foul there from Gresham. Not really looking like she was interested in the ball. Maybe just trying to get a little revenge for losing it.
We've got a dandy over in Clark Range. Van Buren leads it 47-46 with 6 minutes to play. What a game that one is. Van Buren trying to take a trip to the state tournament.
Yeah, that's a great game for them.
Clark down low, flips it up and in. And you're just not going to be able to come back if you can't contain the down low game of the Warriorettes.
Well, you can't give up easy looks like that Winningham 3, but there's nothing you can do about Gracie Clark right there, just muscling it in right over you. The North City going to have a certain amount of luck and really just shots to go their way right here. Can't have too long of a possession.
Lawson pull-up shot is airballed, and it falls out of bounds. It's going to be White County basketball, and it feels like the wheels really falling off for Lenoir City. White County trying to deliver that knockout punch early here in the fourth quarter.
And this just goes to show how important it is to win. Oh, there's that tech we were talking about.
The Lady Panthers head coach been all after these officials all night long, and she's going to get teched up. The Warriorettes going to head to the line to shoot 2. And that really could be all she wrote, as the Warriorettes going to get 2 free throws and the ball. Jones money on the first free throw. It's a 24-point lead with 6 to go. You can feel the fans already starting to know what's about to come here in these final minutes.
Well, Lenoir City's coach, obviously there's a level of frustration involved in a game like this, a game that you think you're neck and neck with until it starts to play out. Talk about trying to foul bait, try and get some calls your way. Coach Dodgen put on a masterclass last year in Heritage. And that's just, there's a line that you have to have, and she just went above it, got whistled for that tech, and not like the outcome was in any danger. Jones fouled there, I think, before that tech. But, I mean, immediately after that, Lenoir City's chances at coming back into this one are razor thin.
Jones gets fouled, taking it to the rack. They just have not had an answer for Ava Jones when she drives into the paint. Roberts, she's had a phenomenal season. She was region tournament MVP. She's putting on another masterclass here in the Substate game.
Yeah, she's MVP here tonight for sure, and that's just so special for her. You know, this is her home gym, last game she'll ever get to play here, and to send it to state, and the team led by her, incredible. That's all I can say.
I want to give her all the props in the world. Obviously, being a producer on the documentary of this team, Rebound, I'm in charge of formulating some questions. A question that I asked her to her face during an interview while in Florida was about that matchup she lost to the other team's big. I told her, that girl took your big man belt. You've been the most dominant player on the court every time you step foot until now. Tonight, she was not going to let that be a storyline. She went out and completely changed the outcome of this game with her play.
Yeah, she's been hunting all night, Dicus. She's just bringing the basketball right to them.
Spot up 3 for Williams is good. That'll bring the lead down to 24, but time really dwindling away as Lenoir City gonna burn another timeout.
Yeah, one thing we always talk about is, you know, there's no shot clock in high school basketball. These games, when they have leads like this, really tend to be over around the 2-minute mark. So really Lenoir City's gonna have to pull an incredible feat just in 3 minutes and 17 seconds.
And there's a skill to that, to have an internal shot clock, not that there's 24 seconds or 40 seconds where you have to shoot, but knowing what shots to take and when. Lenoir City down 24 points with 5:17 to go on the Ryan Close from your score report. They're just gonna have to throw some stuff up.
Yes.
See what sticks pretty much from here on out.
You get one shot and then try and get the second chance opportunity, but Dicus, how much longer do you think it is till Warriors really just focus on keep it away than find a good shot?
I think as soon as we get down to 3.5 minutes, Warriors will probably take 4 more shots from there on out as Ava Jones adding to her resume another dominant performance here tonight.
Yeah, Jones just taking it straight to the lane, able to attack 2 more on, trying to cap off a phenomenal night. Gresham's floater, or excuse me, Bowling's floater won't go. Jones with the rebound. Here comes Mullins on the other end. She's going to spin back, loses the handle as Varner able to corral it for the Lady Panthers.
I know Ava Jones was region tournament MVP, fouled there on Fox, but it was really Keely Mullins that got us to this point right here. She had a tremendous revenge game against Livingston Academy last week, and the difference in winning the region tournament is a vast one. Out goes Gracie Clark there. It's a vast one between having this atmosphere at the Roy at your advantage or playing in Heritage with it at your disadvantage. So credit to Keely Mullins, but this Warriorettes team, it could be somebody different every night. Tonight it's Ava Jones. In the first round of the state tournament, it might be Lakeland Grassley, Bella Winningham, any of these other Warriorettes.
Really what stands out to me, what makes this team so special, you've really got 8, 9 girls who can step out onto the floor and impact the game. There's not many teams around the state who have this many talented ball players, as Jones can't get the 3 to fall. Winningham saving it in, but to the wrong team. As Lenoir City strung together a couple of stops, the points just have not shown up here in the second half. They've been held to 7 points up until this point in the fourth quarter.
In a deficit like this, it reminds me of everything that has to go right to throw out a runner at home. Barring Kearney hits the shot there, you have to make a good play on the ball, make a good throw, make a good tag in time. Here, you have to get stops, get quality shots, and get them to fall all at once with a time at your disadvantage. It's just too tough to come back, as I'm sure the Warriorettes would love to have those free throws to make it a little bit easier on themselves.
Yeah, Mullins can't get the 2 tips to fall. Lady Panthers on the other end miss a shot, and Fox going to be fouled. The 4th team foul against Lenoir City. We've got another scoreboard update. Van Buren on a 5-0 run. They now lead it 52-46 with under 4 minutes to go.
That's incredible. For them to lose their region championship game Monday, have to head on the road to Clark Range. And
a tough place to play.
Just to be able to take over that game so far, incredible to them. I'm very proud to live in Van Buren tonight.
Representing the Eagles down here in Sparta. Well, the Warriorettes representing White County pretty well tonight. They lead it by 24. We approach 3 minutes to go in the ball game. As another deep 3 from Winningham. She can't get it to go. A chase after the rebound. Ball's loose on the floor. The loose ball arrow is going to favor Lenoir City. Lady Panthers come up with yet again another stop. They've been able to string together about 4 consecutive stops. They just haven't scored in any of those possessions they've created for themselves. And the Warriorettes looking like they're going to hold on and make that trip, Sam.
Absolutely. And Lenoir City, I think, you look back at this next year, running back with a pretty young group, foul there, I guess, on Grasty. A pretty young group, returning quite a bit of talent, including Gresham. You just got to be able to do multiple things at once well. You can't just play good defense and play good offense. You have to string it together and have a more combined effort. And you can kind of see that in the sporadicity, I guess would be the word. I'm not sure of their schedule, where games they lose to Upperman by 25, but Stone Memorial by 2. Playing Heritage close twice and then getting blown out twice. Just really trying to have a more balanced effort all around with this level of talent and very engaged coaching staff. I think they could go a long way next year. Just gonna have to build off of this loss.
I just really feel like great block there, but just being here at the Roy, you know, that's just such a huge boost. Warriorettes are making shots all night. Lenoir City just still trying to figure out the rolls off the rim, you know, and that's just such a hard thing to overcome against a great team.
Clark's mid-range jumper won't go. Ball is going to fall out of bounds and back into the hands of Lenoir City. Waiting to see if White County is going to sort of start to take the air out of the basketball and slow this one down, try to burn some clock. They've continued that offensive pressure, haven't gotten any points to show for it in the past couple of minutes, but they built themselves a big enough lead. It's not really going to matter. Here's the Lady Panthers, get it over to Varner. She chucks up a 3, hits off the back iron, strong rebound by Winningham. Winningham going to push it up the floor. She stops, kicks out to Clark. Clark spins back to her left, kick out to Jones. Jones tries the 3, can't get it to go. Strong rebound by Grasty. Grasty, extra pass. What a play by the Warriorettes. Wow. As Gracie Clark gets the feed, that one on a platter.
Absolutely. This team, it's not so much about the win anymore. It's about a statement. Last year's the outlier in their mind. They should have won that Heritage game. You can talk to any of them. They know that they've got what it takes. Here tonight, dismantling a team of Lenoir City's caliber, going to send a clear message to the rest of the Elite 8 heading into the Glass House.
Grasty going to be fouled on her trip. And she's going to get to the line to shoot 2. Went fancy with the Euro step. Now trying to extend this out to a 26-point lead with 1:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Well, we didn't know what type of game this would be after the first half. Thought it might stay close. The Warriorettes really erased that here in the second half as some of the starters starting to check out. Got to be one of the best feelings in the world when you dominate like this in a game to send you to the state tournament.
I believe we have a timeout here for Lenoir City, and I think that should be another chance to applaud Ava Jones on a brilliant 4-year career. Every game from here on out, you're starting to feel like, is this the last time she's going to play here at the Roy? This is the last time she's playing at the Roy. Couldn't have performed any better in my eyes. Obviously a very special player, very near and dear to a lot of Warriorette fans here tonight. as they've taken out most of the starters. As soon as Gracie hits this free throw, mind Joe Swindle to check in. But having Kendi Billings in there late to finish out 4 years, a very successful 4 years. And then Cassidy Reed, the sister of Celeste Reed, to be out there. Kylie Norvell. And then Sam Roberts and I just can't tell you enough. Sarah Kate Winfrey, one of our favorite players to watch. A lot of future, a lot of past out there right now for the Warriorettes. It's a cool scene for them as they try and put the finishing touches on a masterpiece here tonight.
And Samra, up for the Warriorettes this whole season, it's really been about rewriting the narrative. They've had a couple of phenomenal back-to-back regular seasons. Haven't really been able to get it done in the postseason. This year, it's going to be different.
Yeah, it's just incredible to finally get over that hump. You know, just as a franchise, as a school, as just for Coach Dodgens. You know, he gets some flack sometimes for the region championship. That's off his back. Now that he's about to be heading to state, I mean, what more can they say?
Deep three from Lawson in the corner as Billings Sullivan gets the rebound. She swings it ahead. Is that three going to be taken away and a travel called against the Warriorettes as we approach 1 minute to go before White County erupts in celebration.
Here comes Tegan Angel for Kendi Billings. Getting a hug from Coach Dodgen. Love to see that. To be a successful program, you got to have great coaching. We've got great coaching here at White County. You have to have talent. These Warriorettes have talent. You got to have work ethic. This Warriorettes team has a lot of that. And you have to have heartbreak. That's what Heritage was last year. I hear Michael Wilbon, one of my favorite NBA analysts, say that to get to where you want to be, you got to lose first. Nobody wins as soon as they get here. Warriorettes figured that out the hard way last year. This year might not be the same story. 60 seconds away from the drive to Murfreesboro next week.
The difference, being able to get over the hump in the region championship. You get to come and play in one of the best environments in the entire state, in my opinion, the best. As we see the student section making their way down towards the court, getting ready to rush this thing. The party getting ready to start in 46.4 seconds.
And just my heart goes out to these Lenoir City girls. They obviously a great program. Hate to see it go out like this. They just way the matchup fell is against a juggernaut in White County, but nothing to hang your head on there for Lenoir City fans or players on that drive home. You had a great year. Making it to Substate, it gets slept on, but it really is a tremendous accomplishment. Congratulations to them for this far, and I'd love to see what they do next year with this squad.
Yeah, just incredible for them to be able to do that, but kind of got one ear out of the headset right now, just soaking it all in for the last time being a student here, and man, it is just electric. I couldn't imagine playing against this. This would be challenging, as we've seen tonight.
I couldn't imagine going to high school where stuff like this is out of the ordinary. D. Harris Field, the Roy, two places where the community really gets behind their athletes. Just so lucky to have this.
As White County able to get the rebound, but a jump ball whistled. It'll stay with the Warriorettes as they're going to inbound just 22 seconds away from making that trip to Murfreesboro. Going to be so special for this team.
Yeah, they'll be joining Van Buren down there as they just finished off their game.
I love that. Coach Dodge and Coach Mitchell sharing an embrace. Here come the Warriorettes fans to their feet.
And just really soak it in this environment. Listen to these fans come alive for this team. They showed up for such a phenomenal season as the Warriorettes stepping out, backing up, and they're going to dribble this thing out. The White County Warriorettes are making the trip to the Glass House for the first time in 28 years. What a performance by the Warriorettes, able to get the job done, and the ultimate goal still in mind. They kept it alive here tonight.
52-28, final Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. This is just incredible. So glad to see this. I can't wait. I'll be at the beach, but I'll be tuning in to see how the Warriorettes season plays out. They are holding everybody back for as long as they can, but you're about to see a very special scene as everybody is going to rush this court eventually.
And here come the students.
Here we are.
Well, here come some of them.
The rest of the team.
As the Warriorettes, sounds like they're going to play their first state tournament team Thursday, March the 13th over in Murfreesboro. What a special season it's been for the Warriorettes, able to get the job done here at the Substate. And really, like you mentioned, Sam Rob, getting over the hump with this huge win.
Yeah, I just can't imagine what that feeling is. You know, just to be on, for Ava Jones, just to be on this team for 4 years, and then, you know, you're finally getting to go to state. It's just got to be such an incredible feeling.
And all credit to Coach Dodgen. He's done a phenomenal job all season long. You have to imagine this feels good for him. He's been coaching here forever. Now he gets to make the trip.
Well, he's pulled the right strings, pushed the right buttons. He knows how to coach this team. He knows this team. He knows the X's and O's, but better than that, he knows the personalities. He knows what meshes well. He knows how to push these girls to their furthest and then some. He gets the most out of them. This is a truly special scene here. He's about to gather for a picture. I hope Coach D is getting all the footage he can for the rebound documentary, as these students are chomping at the bit to get out there on the floor.
Yeah, they're holding them back, but they're not going to be able to for much longer. White County waiting to celebrate with their state-bound Warriorettes.
I can't believe Gage is down there. Gage Stevenson about to rush the floor. Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
They earned it. Lenoir City, all the respect in the world to them. They had a tremendous effort, tremendous season. You got to drive home. Hope each and every one makes it home safely. Can't hang your head too bad about that. A sub-state loss is a sub-state loss. You made it this far. Congratulations to each one of those girls on a job well done.
Sam and
Again,
Sam.
I can't wait to see them next year. I like this group.
Sam and Sam, it being the postseason, we got to name a Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Who's
Give me
it gonna
Ava
be?
Jones. Give me Ava
100%.
Jones. Give me Ava Jones.
100%. I couldn't agree with that anymore.
She's meant so much to this team. She's been the rock. She's had them the whole year long, and then for a performance like this, she definitely deserves that and so much more.
As SRO officer still holding these students back from really celebrating. I think Lenoir City, they're waiting for the Lady Panthers to come off the floor before the celebration ensues. But what a night it's been here in White County. Warriorettes able to get the job done. Looking to do something they haven't done since 1929 and hoist the gold ball. As they applaud the Lenoir City Lady Panthers. What a phenomenal season they put together. Able to make it all the way to the sectional game, but falling to the Warriorettes, as I believe we're about to see the students unleashed.
And the last time a White County basketball team went to state, I know Sam Roberts and I were out there on the floor of that Austin East sectional game. I mean, this is the most streamed game in the history of Warrior Media for a reason. Here they come! Releasing the Maroon Maniacs and celebrating with this team that has meant so much to this whole school and to each one of us that come in and night out and just give their all, give their voice to these Warriorettes. That's amazing. I just wish Big John was here to see it, Sam Rob.
I know. It's such a shame, but he's currently in Louisiana eating fine dinery. I saw it posted on a story, but can't be much better than this.
Incredible scene there. Yeah. Obviously, this last time that Sam Roberts and I will be on Warrior Media as commentators celebrating here. I would like to thank Ms. Candace Allen, Mr. Cameron Dronebarger for each and everything they've done for both of us. I want to thank each and every Warriorette basketball player, Warrior basketball player, Warrior football player, every person that's ever watched, tuned in, said a kind word, left a comment, or helped out at all. Couldn't have done it without any of you. This is one of the most special places to go to high school, to play, to go to, and it has been an absolute pleasure to commentate. I want to thank UCR I want to thank Stonecom Radio. I want to thank the Expositor. I want to thank everybody that has assisted, given equipment, let us use their streaming services for any and everything we've used this year. This is not the final chapter in this Warriorettes season. Obviously, that trip to Murfreesboro will be special. I will be tuning in on whatever streaming service I can find it. Jack Bolden, thank you so much for doing this game with us. Sam Roberts, thank you for each and every game, making it a highly enjoyable and pleasant atmosphere. Every game I've called with you has been a treat. You never make a single moment boring. You won Best Humor in senior class for good reason. You can say the most ordinary and extraordinary things make me laugh each and every time. The gentlemen to my left are the two best guys I've ever commentated with. I've enjoyed every single second of it all. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, whether you tuned in to Warrior Media or Upper Cumberland Reporter. I wish you the best of nights, and thank you for tuning in not only tonight, but this season. Until next time, I'm Sam Dykes.
Sam Roberts.
I'm Jack Bolden.
We're signing off. Good night.
See y'all around.